Hey guys, Brian here with your March update video. My apologies for not getting a video out last month, but today I'm going to cover what we missed. As always, we'll start with the actual analytics and break down the market. Then we'll finish up by applying these analytics and relating them to the actual current market trends. All right, first, let's talk about the foreclosure activity, notably the notices of default. As you can see on the screen, we had 845 NODs filed in January and then only 668 last month. As I've been saying lately, I don't expect to see many foreclosures on the market this year. I'll discuss this further a little bit later on. Okay, now let's check out the inventory levels. We ended January with 7,589 homes on the market. Last month, we came down to only 7,412 homes. Now, the inventory levels are very important since this dictates the supply and demand relationship. From last March to November, our inventory levels were consistently rising, but now we've had 4 straight months in a row of decreased inventory. Overall, this is good for our market, and I'll explain why later. Now let's quickly break down our inventory. Only 5% of the market are foreclosures now. 12% of the market are short sales. This leaves 83% of the market as, normal or traditional sales. Realistically, these ratios haven't changed much at all in the past year. Now, let's talk about sales. This is where it starts to get a bit interesting. In January, we only sold 1,676 homes. This is just completely terrible. To illustrate to you how bad this is, let's look at last year. Last January, we sold 1,924 homes, which at the time was an 11% decrease from January of 2013. Even further, the worst month we've had in the past 4 years was February, where we only sold 1,890 homes. Either way you cut it, there's just no upside here. Sales were down 13% this January versus January of last year, and 19% from December sales. Put short, demand was looking terrible. But last month, guess what? We rebounded. Somewhat. Last month, we sold 1,808 homes. This was a 4% decrease from last February when we sold 1,890 homes. Now, ultimately, being under 2,000 sales is, it's pretty lousy, but at least we rebounded from the dismal January we had. Okay, now let's talk about everyone's favorite metric, median home prices. Considering sales were in the gutter this January, one would presume that the sales prices were down too. Well, if you guessed the same, then, congratulations. As you see on the screen now, in January, the median sales price sagged from $200,000 down to $197,250. Put short, the median sales price went down 1.4% in January. But before we go and freak out, let's also consider that in the past 2 years, we've actually had 4 months where the median price actually did go down. Last October, it went down 2% and then jumped right back up 1.5% the very next month. So guess what happened last month? Not only did we get back to $200,000, we jumped up 2.4%, which put us at $202,000. This is the highest median price we've seen since, the boom years. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that for the past 6 to 9 months, I've been telling you that the market has plateaued, but yet about 40% of the sellers out there are completely out of their minds when it comes to list pricing. While you, and I know that the median price hasn't hardly changed since July when it plateaued at $200,000, it seems like every seller out there thinks it's 2013 and some mysterious buyer is going to show up with a whole bag of cash and overpay for their home. Now, as a result, almost half the available homes out there are worthless. They're so overpriced that buyers and their agents won't waste their time showing and or writing offers. I predicted that come this spring or summer, these delusional sellers will finally get the point. Well, finally we get a little help. Unfortunately, people naturally don't believe anything unless they read it in the paper or see it in the news. So just this past week, Both the Review Journal and Vegas Inc. magazines ran articles stating that too many homes are overpriced. The reason they ran the story is because Keith Lynham, who's our president of Realtors, put out a press release. This was a bold move since politics and honesty don't necessarily seem to go hand in hand. So what does this mean? It means that individual realtors have some ammunition now to implore some common sense into these delusional sellers. It's no longer a personal opinion, but rather a disconcerting trend. As a result, I think in the forthcoming months, you're going to start seeing some steady price reductions and a new, more realistic list prices. So let's wrap this up real quick. Foreclosure activity is very slow, and out of the 7,000 plus homes on the market, only about 325 are actually bank-owned foreclosures. I don't see this trend changing anytime soon either. Okay, inventory is slowly decreasing, but with sales being so sluggish as well, this is actually saving us from price depreciation. 83% of homes on the market are normal sales, which is great overall. Now, every month moving forward, the market tends to get better and better. Like I said back in January, it's actually one of those rare times right now where the market is actually fair for both buyers and sellers. Buyers don't need to feel rushed or panic since homes are naturally taking longer to sell. Sellers, on the other hand, need to be realistic about their pricing. I'm still seeing nice homes sell in a matter of days. If your home hasn't sold in 30 to 45 days, either you need to improve the condition of the home or you need to start decreasing the price. This, of course, is assuming your agent is actually marketing the property correctly. Well, that's it for this month, guys. Please click here to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next month.